Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, four crazy rescue dogs, a rescued cat, and two rescued guinea pigs who likes to craft in her spare time. Is getting ready to graduate with a degree in sign language interpreting and is trying to train for Ironman while renovating her house. I'm a little nuts. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I would appreciate that. If you're returning, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. First of all, let me get this out of the way. I am sick. I don't know what sort of crud I have picked up. Now that said, usually it happens a little bit earlier. It's kind of late, but the weather's been pretty mild here. I end up with some sort of upper respiratory infection that just takes forever um, to get rid of. I think we're at that point. Yeah, like I'm so tired and cranky, I can't get over it. That said, Wednesday I had classes all day. Both my classes actually had a full on meeting. Thursday I had back to back running for different appointments to do. Friday I ran over to the courthouse on the other side of town, handled a bunch of stuff, and then I went and interpreted for 7 hours. 7 hours. It was the pet expo, so it's not like it's that rough. I took Bean with me. My daughter is a much more brave soul than I am. Much more brave. She pet and befriended a big ass snake. It was an anaconda. It was huge. I'm pretty sure it was looking at her to eat. No. I, on the other hand, got to go pet the horses. And there were two baby goats wearing pajamas that were up for adoption. And I found a local horse rescue, actually. It's not that far away. It's about an hour. Not quite an hour to drive there, that I can go and I can pet all the horses. I'm so excited. The rescue that we got Maisie from was there. So that was fun to talk to. And then we went to dinner, and Nick, not knowing, he forgot, picked Red Lobster. So Red Lobster. Lobster. Which cracks me up that that's a sign for lobster. Lobster. He picked Red Lobster. If you are allergic to whitefish, and you are allergic, well, you have gluten intolerance, the only place I think that would have been worse is if we had gone to like Buca de Beppo or Noodles and Company, because so I had a Caesar salad with dry chicken. It was fine. It was fine. You know what? The company totally made up for the food. So then Saturday, I went and picked up some Christmas decorations for my client, who's a DV survivor. Or I don't want to say that. Like that sounds weird. Um, she's my single mom with two little ones, and so a lot of my friends have chipped in a bunch of stuff to help her make sure that they have Christmas, a nice Christmas. And so I went to pick up some of that stuff, and then I had to go. I drove up to Flint, which is about an hour north, to pick up two deaf-blind people, and we took them to the party. Um, So I pick up the first one. Her dog bit me. Y'all, I'm not even kidding. Broke skin. Like, just out of the blue. Little wiener dog. So it wouldn't even, like, I didn't even touch the dog. And I was like dumbfounded. I'm like, I don't even know what to say or how to handle this. I get to the party. Jasmine opens the door, and Jasmine is like, "What's wrong?" Because she knows, like, she knows me, like, we know each other. I'm like, "What's?" I'm like, "Person's dog bit me," and she's like, "Where?" And I show her, and she goes, "Okay, it's bleeding. We need to get it cleaned." And she like, so then we went to Aaron, who was hosting the party and stuff, and we got it all cleaned out. But yeah, so I have to watch because the woman was supposed to by today have me the vet records to make sure the dog was vaccinated. I have yet to see them. So on top of being the crud, I have to watch a dog bite. Um, so yeah. Then today I got up, we went out to lunch, and honestly, and then I had my voicing class, which actually it's normally 2 hours. We ran 3 hours tonight. Y'all, I'm exhausted. Wednesday and tomorrow morning I wake up and I get to go get my mammogram. Friendly reminder, it's the end of the year. Use up your health savings plan. If nothing else, get your mammogram done. People who identify as women, people with breasts, get your mammogram done. I'm having mine tomorrow morning. Little nervous. The last one I had to go back for. The one before that, they actually did a biopsy. So we're hoping. We're just gonna pray a lot. Um, I have a lot of trials to prep for, and I just got a case in tonight, so I've got a couple more motions to draft and file and send out. It's a busy week. Wednesday is my last day of class, technically. We turn in our senior portfolios. Our friends and family get to come and celebrate. My mother says she's coming. We'll see. We'll see how late she is. Um, but yeah. Um, it's funny. We pulled up the old video. So really, the first video I did for ASL 1 class. Oh my god. And then I refilmed it for my friend who's putting together like our cohort picture, and I was like, just to see how far we've come, and it, like, the difference, I can't get over it. It's crazy to see. I mean, it's bizarre. So next semester I will still have 2 classes, but they don't meet consistently. And they're preps for certification. So one moment. Um, the dog bells will soon, they will start singing the song of the people. So yeah, so it has been busy, and it is not going to slow down anytime soon. Because really and truly, normally I'm slow. Like, usually December, I don't get a whole lot of new retainers. People generally try to be nice for Christmas, and like I said, I have an emergency motion to file this week. So, and I've been busy, and I've been consistently busy. I'm not complaining at all. Not at all. Don't take it. It's just when you're sick and you're not feeling good and you're trying to get everything done. I have not decorated for Christmas. Next Sunday, the kids, I made them an appointment to go see Santa Claus, though, because you live in my house, you get to do my bidding. Yeah. So, I have a lot of disorganization to show you. It's one of the, you could tell I don't feel good. I'm totally not organized or set up to do this, but I want to keep things moving along. So, First up in my stack, it is so ungodly hot in my house. I don't know. I literally want to turn on the air conditioning right now. First up is Wiener Wednesday. I worked on Wiener Wednesday. I'm working on trying to plow through Turkey Sausage by Plum Street Samples. Oh God, yes. It's on 75. That's like no. Okay. So I'm working on the Wiener Dog series on Wednesdays. And you'll see I got more Wiener Dogs. We don't see Wiener Dog Wednesday. Wiener Wednesday is not going anywhere anytime soon, y'all. So I have this flower to finish. And there's a little Quaker star that goes in here. Goes like right in here. And then obviously the word turkey sausage goes up there. But other than that, this half, this half will be done this week. That'll be my goal, is to finish the flower and the Quaker star. I'm not going to worry about the words, but if I could get that much done, we're good. But we made some good progress. I love this piece. So fun. After that, what I will do is I will focus on finishing Mini Long Dogs by River Drift. And then we'll move on to Wiener Winterland. I have all of the Wiener Dog series. And we'll just keep working on them because who doesn't like a good wiener? Next up that I worked on is Modern Folk Embroidery Fruits of Plenty Sal. If you guys remember, my goal by the end of the year was to get this to 50%. I am just over 50%. And so I am hopeful that in 2024 this will be a finish. So I finished all of the squares in here. There's the big snowflake. I finished the second squirrel. I went back in and added all of the berries in here. What else did I do? Pulled this down and obviously this one down. Oh, and I filled in some more of the gray around the tree. I put over 1,000 stitches in. So that's cool. So you won't see that until 2024. Next up is Festive Friday, and right now we are still working on Halloween Parade. I love this. And yes, before I pass this, I am going to stitch them individually, and then I will pass this along because that's the deal. I am doing this on a piece of pale purple. I don't know. I don't know. It was a gift, and I don't know. But it's a linen. I got Mr. Frankenstein's face finished, and his shirt is... I had hoped to get him completely in. There was no way. I'm lucky I got what I got in. So hopefully, maybe this Friday. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I don't. Next up is Sorority Saturday. Once again, I'm an Alpha Gamma Delta member. And I started Sorority Saturday based on, actually from the inspiration from Corey Creates. If you don't watch Corey, you're really missing out. She's got a great Flosstube. She sells beautiful project bags. I don't own any of them, but I do look at them in awe. But she started, she was showing how she did her husband's and her sorority and fraternity's crest, and I just thought that was really cool. And I was like, why don't I do mine? And one of my sisters loaned me the pattern, so I have my working copy, and I am plugging away at it. And this will be a 2024 finish. There's no way, like, unless I only worked on this between now and the end of the year, there's no way I would get it done. But we are making significant progress. All of the black outline is done. It's just filling in, and in a majority of the fill in, um, is green. So the other two circles are green. The background in this section is the yellow gold. This is the yellow gold. This is the yellow gold. Obviously, the rest of this section is red. I think the little banners down here, where the words surrounding the words, are also gold. The rest is all green. And then I may go ahead, and I have to stitch a squirrel. I don't have to stitch the squirrel. I have to do, I'm in a couple swaps with sorority sisters, and so we have to send them a little squirrel. And so I was going to do the quirky Quaker and turn it into an ornament. And I definitely have enough space up here without affecting this. So I'm going to try and whip that up this week or next. Actually, it's got to be this week. I've got to get them in the mail. I absolutely have to get them in the mail. What is this? The paperwork. Paperwork that got thrown at me the other day. Okay. I already showed you my Jingle Ball finishes, so I don't know why that's in my pocket. Okay, so I did work on Jeep Bingo. So I put in a bunch of stitches in here and then through here. We're at like 5% now. I still owe, so this is one of my Whip Go pulls for this month. Oh, that was the other thing. So I don't know where my Whip Go board is. It's in my pile somewhere. So in class on Wednesday, the teacher was like, okay, so does anybody want to take a practice run at this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nobody was volunteering. And finally I said, fine, I'll do it. Well, I didn't know she was going to run me through the whole practice of the entire test for certification, the whole BEI. So I was up there with signing and voicing for a half hour. I thought I was doing like a little 5-minute spiel. The good news is I did, and I didn't die, and I didn't puke, and I didn't poop myself. So, it's a win. It's a win. And that's probably going to be like the sentence everybody's going to remember. I didn't poop myself, so it's good, right? Okay. I still have more stitching. It's just in a pile here. I was trying to outline a couple things. Okay, so on Sundays, I stitch on right now on my son's stocking. It is a Busilla kit. One day I'll have it in an actual project bag. One day I will be organized. Today is not that day. It's not. It's so not. So not. I feel like it's worse than ever. So it's an old Busilla kit because obviously French horns, and why would he want anything else? So I am working on this beautiful big old bow. That bow is intense. This boy better appreciate the stocking, and the stocking better never, ever get destroyed or given away. Because this is intense. Beans is much more simpler. I mean, honestly, it's funny because, again, their stockings are very much their personality. And I did let them pick it. It was hard to find. There was like this option and one other one for William that had a French horn on it, and that's what he really wanted. So that was tricky. And what I thought Bean would want, she totally went a different route. But hers is very simple. His is like all busy and frou-frou, and hers is very simple. Hers is going to be a majority of just filling in blue. And I thought about just stitching it on blue fabric. The problem is that then the holes, it won't be full coverage. So you'll see all those holes. And I don't like that. So we're not doing that. Okay. I have haul. And I have Stitchy Kindness that blew me out of the water. But the other piece that I have been working on is Miss Rosie. Can we just... We love her. She's now at 65%. Just over. I love her so much. So what I'm doing is I have a bunch of colors that have like under 100 stitches to do. In fact, I have a bunch that are like 20 to 40 stitches. So what I've been trying, but then I have some that still have like, I don't think we have any that are 2,000 anymore. I think everything is below. Let me double. As I say that, let me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so the least amount is 28 stitches. But I have a bunch of them that are under 100. And then the most stitches is 1,200. And so what I've been trying to do is knock off a couple of the lower number ones, and then go and work on the big one, and then back and forth, to sort of, so that I'm not like only working on confetti, and I'm not only just working on the bigger numbers, and you know, like back and forth. So that's where she's at. Oh, she's so good. She's so pretty. So we will keep plugging away on Miss Rosie. That is all of my stitching. I know. Could it be more? Sure. Wait, that's not. I worked on Monopoly. I worked on Monopoly. I know. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I worked on Monopoly. And I got this side done. With the back stitching the instruments. So that was really cool, because that's Monopoly Monday. So last Monday I did Monopoly Monday in the morning, and then I did Modern Folk Embroidery in the evening. Monday tends to be a big stitch day for me in the evening, just because I'm at the kids' school waiting. Everything will change next semester. So nobody's registered for any classes next semester. I don't even know how the boy child is doing. I don't know. I think I think the girl child is on track to pass her classes, but it was a hard semester all around, and we're just gonna go with that. Okay, so I did pull out my Peace and Light by Satsuma Street. It is a menorah, because it's Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah. I have a mistake somewhere in my little teeny tiny start. It's stitched on a B-stitch me opalescent. I think this was a gift piece of fabric. I don't think I bought it. I don't remember buying it. Let's put it that way. Is it beautiful? Yes, yes it is. Do I think it's lovely for this project? Yes, yes I do. I did put some stitches in this, into the little, I think it's supposed to be a pomegranate flower. And somewhere in here, I'm off by half a stitch. And I am trying to fudge it enough so that I don't have to frog it. And so that's where I'm at, is trying to figure out how I can fudge it so that I don't have to frog it. Which makes me very sad, because yes. So I will work on this. It's still Hanukkah, so I mean, I'm gonna pull it out next year more than just during Hanukkah. Because if I only sew on it those 8 days, it will never get done. And I don't want that. Okay. So I bought myself and it came in and there's my whip go board. So I owe Jeep Van Gogh 7 more days and the periodic table 6 more. Not days, stitching times. So we will definitely have a full blackout. I don't know that I will have any days left over to then work on the block that's left from last year, which is Lady of the Flag. Do I hope so? Yes, I do. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. No, I don't. Because Kelly is exhausted. Kelly is hitting a wall. And that is just, it is what it is. Will I recover? Yes, I will. Will it be this week? Not likely. Okay, so I put in an order with Top Knot Stitcher. I have never ordered from Abby before that I recall. Will I order from Abby again? Absolutely. She sent me a little freebie, but I don't know what happened to it, y'all. I don't know. It's a beautiful limited edition floss. It is a beautiful like cinnamony brown. It's very pretty and it came on a beautiful floss tag and it was right here, but oh, I don't know, but I have an avalanche. I don't know. Here we go, maybe. No. Whatever. Y'all don't need to see my floss. It's the same color that Michelle Bendy just showed on her Flosstube. I lied. Nope, that's not it. I have notes for everybody and everything and anything. It's not on my desk. Okay. Anyways, so I ordered Quirky Quaker Mouse. You can only get this from Abby Top Knot Stitcher, which is why I put in the order. And I was like, if I'm going to send in for that, I'm going to get more than just a Quirky Quaker Mouse. And I love Michelle Bendy's idea of just doing a Quirky Quaker whip go board so that it's easy. I think that is the mantra that everybody needs to keep reminding me for 2024. Keep it easy. And yes, I know, Kim, you stop yelling at the screen. Because I know you're yelling. Like, lady, I've been telling you that for years, since I've known you. I know. Okay. So, one of the other things that I needed, I need a wiener dog project bag. So I can put all my wiener dog projects in the same bag. That has like wiener dogs on it. I used to have a bag that I made myself, but it's not big enough for some of the wiener dog project patterns. And then the zipper jammed, and I don't have a wiener dog bag. So, anyways, Stacy Nash came out with Frankie and Finley. And I love them so. So, these may be the first, it's not the first pattern. I very rarely stitch something more than once. Very rarely. I can probably count the patterns that I've stitched more than once on one hand. These may get stitched twice because what I'm thinking is I may do them on the 7 count fabric I have so they can like sit on the ground, like, and maybe I'll like put them in a brick, like a brick in them, so they'll be like doorstops. But then I want them small so that they can go on the tree because they're so cute. Sorry for the clip. So these will go in the Wiener Dog Wednesday bag. Will they get started anytime soon? No. Well, Okay, let's be honest. They very well could be started tomorrow. I don't ever. Will they be finished anytime soon? No, no, they will not. No, they will not. Okay, so something else that came in the mail today. Thank you, Mary, so much for this. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this. Um, I love this so much. And one of the things I noticed, and my son noticed right away, was there is a French horn on there. There's also a flute, which my daughter plays. But a lot of what's nice is there's a lot of instruments that you wouldn't normally necessarily see other places. Like, really, where are you going to find a pattern for a contrabassoon? Where? I don't know. But I have one now. I have one now. So this is going to be amazing help for Music Monopoly. And I cannot wait. This will save me from having to try and chart like a little piano. Um, I mean, there's bagpipes on here. Get out of town. I mean, seriously. Love this. Okay, and I love this I love if this is, that this is older because, did we notice the price? So I love this so much. Like, and I cannot thank you, Mary, enough for this piece. I just it is, let's see, copyright 1996, and it is in pristine condition. So I am super. We all know I don't know how to edit, so we'll just pray to the YouTube gods that nothing. Okay. Okay. So then I bought something from, I don't remember, off of Instagram, because can we they're so cute. But I thought that, do I need it for a burst sampler? No, I do not. No. But I thought, rather than, like, I didn't think about making the Afghan. What I thought was that maybe, I mean, I may have to do them in a little bit higher count fabric than like 14 count Aida. Yeah, see, if I did them on an 18 count Aida, each of these blocks is 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. So if I did them on 22 count Aida, which I like stitching on, they'd make absolutely adorable ornaments for Bean. Beans by Animal Baby. Now, will she want the lion? No, probably not. Will she like the monkey? Yes. Will she like the sloth? Absolutely. Then I think this is a dog. Which seems rather odd because they're protected babies. It's not a dog. It can't be a dog. It's not a dog. It's a wolf. It's kind of a dog. It's kind of a dog. So there's a wolf and a harp seal and a tiger and a sloth, panda bear, a bison. I mean, like, seriously, a bison. A polar bear and a cheetah, a giraffe and a zebra, an elephant and a lion, and a chimpanzee. And so I thought that that would be a cute idea for ornament for her. Something a little different. She's not my most traditional child. Neither one of my children are traditional. So I just thought those would be really cute and fun for her. So I grabbed them. Okay. Which leads us down to the last Stitchy Kindness. And I don't have words. I can't thank you enough. This is not the first stitchy kindness that Janet has sent me. And every time, it's mind-blowing to me at the generosity that she has. And if you don't watch Janet wish I had words today. Janet Jabber, you are truly missing out on such a light in this world. And I love following her. I love following about her grandbabies and her furry pets and all the things. She's look, if there's a Janet Jabber fan club, I want to be president. So Janet sent me a boatload of fabric, and I am going to put these in my box of ornaments. Now, some of these are substantial pieces, and the one that caught my eye, and you'll see why in a second, is this bright, and oh yeah, that's about accurate. It is. Woo, that's some bright green. I don't know the count, but it's pretty high. It's a nice big piece, and the reason it caught, which, okay, so, but there's one other that, this was not inside the Ziploc. This one was separate. As some of you know, I want to stitch this. And I want to stitch this. This piece is one of those special pieces, and my intention is to start it, if I don't start it sooner, because I may just start it sooner. If I don't start it right away, my intention is to start this Valentine's Day weekend. For those of you know, and have been around, know I hate Valentine's Day weekend. It's just the anniversary of a lot of really shitty things. And yeah. So I've been looking for a piece, and like always in the back of my mind, like, hey, if I find a piece that I would be a nice way to commemorate the 3 miscarriages that I had, I would love to stitch something. And I love the Heaven and Earth piece, and I was gifted that pattern, and I do want to stitch that, but that would be so, it's rather a large piece, and I was looking for something that isn't as like in your face kind of thing. I know that sounds really weird. But the other thing is I grew up as a little kid with my grandpa playing Santa at the DAV. So this was like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is the piece. And then I will stitch the 2 lavender and laces that I'm going to smush together for Christmas with the Noel Celtic lady with the 2 kids decorating the tree. I have not figured out what fabric I'm going to stitch that on. So I've been trying to, like, okay, I need to grab my floss. I've been trying to figure out, like, I don't want to stitch it on the green fabric that's called for. I didn't want to do that. I was like, I want something that kind of maybe pops a little bit more. I was looking at some blues. I was like, what do I want? And I didn't know, but I knew that I had to figure it out, because for sure, like the Celtic ladies that I want to stitch, if I don't start those like this season or next, even spring, like when I find the right fabric, I'll find the right fabric and they'll get started. It's not a big deal, okay? But this for sure, I really wanted to get going. So in the package from Janet was this amazing fabric. It's called Snowfall. It's a 30 count linen from the Primitive Hair. And it is a fabric that apparently was featured in the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher 2018 winter Christmas issue. I don't get that magazine, so I don't know. But we did some math, And my Santa and tree is going to fit perfectly on this. And in fact, so Song of Christmas is what this design is called. And the called for is a 32 count olive green linen, stitched 2 over 2. I will still stitch 2 over 2. So that's calls for a 32. This is a 30, so it will be slightly bigger. I'm fine with that because if it was the called for, if you stitch on 32, it's 12.5 by 17 for the design area. I don't mind it being a little bit bigger. But this fabric is just chef's kiss. And I fell in love with this the second I opened it up and looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, Janet, you have no idea. That's perfect. Which to me makes that piece just 10 times more meaningful. And so I am very much looking forward to grabbing all of the supplies, because we all know lavender and lace is the designer who does lavender and lace. I'm totally blanking on her name. If I recall, is Nora Corbett's mom. So over Christmas, after my first trial, because the first trial happens between Christmas and New Year's, and then I have a second trial. Full blown evidence, like full blown trial evidence, everything right after the New Year's as well. So the first one, in between there, I am taking a couple days and going on a small getaway, and it looks like we'll be able to stop at Keepsakes. So I will take this, and then I will. So when I'm at Keepsakes, I will grab the specialty threads, like the rainbow galleries and the Kreinik and the beads. The DMC I can start. So it is taking everything in me not to like put aside everything and start on this, but I really do want to get. I need to get my portfolio done. So here's the other thing. You guys have heard me often talk about Erin. Not Aaron. Erin, our student teacher, like tutor. I would not be graduating and doing as well as I am without Erin's help. And I fully admit that. And I found out Saturday she loves Wizard of Oz. Well, I happen to own all of the Brooks Books patterns of the characters. And the other day on Etsy, and if you want to know the name of this pattern, the designer, I will get it to you. I happen to cut it out because I was playing with the pictures and how. So I copied the front page of all of the characters, right? So this is the picture. Hello, little bike being swallowed up by the tornado. I love this picture for Wizard of Oz. So what I want to do is stitch this in the center. My thought is in the center. And stitch it 2 over 2. And then I'm going to come in with the characters, but I'm going to stitch them 1 over 1. So they'll be tight, like around the house. So if you guys don't mind, if you will check out my Instagram, it's His Princess Kelly on Instagram. And right now I've laid it out 3 different ways because I'm like, how do I don't know which way to lay it out to be ideal. I don't want it to be absolutely ungodly huge because, that, like, we know I have a problem with, like, in my brain it'll be smaller. Well, it does need to be on, like, a decent size, like, not 4 feet by 4 feet kind of thing. So, do I lay them out like Pam did, where you could do that? My thought is, and now I'm realizing that it's a book, so maybe I should put this on the bottom and the characters just kind of floating randomly. I don't know. So I've been playing with that. So if you go on Instagram, there's 3 different choices of layouts and kind of offer some feedback maybe. That would be great because I'd like to get going on this sooner than later. So initially, that's what I was thinking. I was like, right. But now I don't, I have to figure out if this, hold please, hold please. Okay. Welcome to my crazy world. Um, so I don't know. I think, I mean, the piece is pretty big. The problem is I'm not quite sure on the count. It looks like higher count than 32. But I was like, that's a nice big piece. So do I go crazy and put it on bright green? Or do I find something different? Because it might be, I don't know. So let me know that thought. Um, and then there was also this beautiful piece of, it looks like a coffee tea dyed. It's a beautiful piece though. That's totally blowing out. I have to stitch a Jeep ornament for another swap partner. So likely I'm gonna stitch that this week. I will have to be FFO'd and sent out before my next Flosstube. So you'll have to just deal with pictures on Instagram. So that's it. I'm going to let you go. Um, I'm going to try. You know what? My first priority this week, honestly, besides my portfolio. Honestly, it's my portfolio. Everything else is secondary to that. Portfolio and work. But then I think my next goal is to get my stitchy area, work area organized. Because the dishes are done. Um, so yeah. So remember, you are loved. You are smart and you are wanted. Wanted and you are brave. And you are strong. And you are amazing. And you are beautiful. And you matter. So with that,